Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am the Motorcycle Rescuer. This is Motorcycle Rescuer, and I'm going to reintroduce you to my blue Piaggio Vespa 50cc. Oh, wait a minute. That is my blue 50cc, and this is one I picked up for parts this week. I paid £220, less than I expected to pay. I was going to pay around £300 because the parts on this could transfer to that. However, this bike is much better. I'm going to come over this in a minute because I've also got this. This is a Lexmoto Diablo 125. Well, I hope it's 125. I bought this with no keys last week. So, yeah, bought this with no keys last week. I'm from Maidstone. Basically, it was a normal runner and rider. It has a year's MOT. He just lost the keys. Lucky enough, the steering lock was off, so I got to push it onto my fan and take it away. What I didn't realise, guys, when I bought it at 11:30 at night, is that it's pretty messy. I didn't realise how messy it was. Everything's taped. I'm hoping this tape is just the L plate. I'm sure it is. I don't know what we're going to do here. This is annoying. To be fair, these panels are cheap, guys. I may have to buy some panels. What the hell is that? Oh my god, someone's put like a lamp. What? That's shocking. These shocks need a good clean and polish as well. Lucky there's no issue within the travel area, but as always, best to change that. So, car, it's a bit worse than I thought, but it will be a kind of quick flip. This is my quick flip bike. My aim is to get this bike up and running today and advertised. It's got practically a year's MOT, so I don't need to worry about silly things. If there's a bulb out or anything at this stage, I can just sell it as a runner rider with a couple of problems. In perfect condition, which is tempting to do, it will be about £1,000. These are very popular bikes. In slightly rough condition, it's probably £850. They are just really good bikes, these. Me and Jake snap these up if we find them, and you don't find them much. At first glance, some of the issues of that light there is ridiculous. I have no idea what that's doing. It might be that these lights don't work. We don't know yet. We have no keys. Yeah, we'll just nip that up at some point. Everything's just a bit loose and not right. But the main thing is, I should be chucking in a new ignition on this, and it should then turn over and start, maybe, possibly, if I can actually rev it without it going nuts. So I think I'll have this later as a normal riding bike with a year's MOT ready for a sale. The more I look at it, the more problems there are. Huge crack down here. I'm going to have to do something about that. It's a shame. These panels are fairly cheap. You can buy all of these panels. We could make this bike look new again. All of these panels you'll probably get for £100. But is it worth it? No. The Vespa 50, as far as I'm aware, the person I bought it off, he was driving along, and then it kept riding, and it stopped riding, but it was revving up. In my head, the belt has snapped. You know, if you're riding along, the bike still rides and runs and revs, then the belt has snapped. So, I have a belt. I was clever enough to order that. I also have a Lexmoto Diablo key and lock set. You know the most thing I'm excited about on this one, guys? What's under the seat? Because he lost his keys. So anything could be under that seat. in regards to this bike, see, this bike was meant to be parts. I thought, look, I can take that exhaust, which, by the way, I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to try that exhaust on there to see if that runs. But how can you not? How can you use this as a parts bike when this is 10 times better than that? I think swap the seat from that onto here. All these stickers can come off and I can polish all this out. It will look great. There's no huge dents there. No huge dents there. So that's all good. It's just a bit of clipping and reworking. I'll take these off with a bit of heat. That'll be alright. Change the seat over. That seat's perfect. Take this crap off. I snapped this myself, guys. I was putting it into the SIP fan and had no idea that it was taller than the roof. That was my bad, that. Maybe put a coat of black on that front, my god, but it doesn't matter. A bit of grey is fine. And get some hammerite on the rear rail, or swap it for that one. That one's better. And basically we'll have a really nice 50cc, and this is probably the 50cc I'll use for Poppy, who I'm going to take her out and get her riding a little bit and maybe get her through a CBT. I have the keys for this. Should we see? I haven't done anything at all to this bike, guys. But apparently, like I said, normal running riding bike. Any horn? Any indicators? Yes. Yes. Let's go other side. Yeah. Yes. Okay, great. Horn indicators. That's all good. Lights won't come on. What will the ignition switch do? Because remember, I shouldn't really run it without the belt. Ah, battery's low. Okay. Alright, cool. But at first glance, I'm pleased with this one, guys. I'm not hugely. The new seat, the polishing of the thing. Obviously, we've got bits and pieces here that we can just touch up and then polish out. I think my cutting compound will deal with a lot of that. That'll come up nicely. And then I'll have to take it down to a heat source to take all these old stickers off, heat them up, peel them off. That'll be fine. Bit of glue on places like that. Basically, this will polish up really nicely, this one. And if Poppy's interested in a bike, then she'll have this for free. And yeah, right. Priority is the Diablo, I'm afraid, because yeah, I can get that up and advertised today. By the way, that is my Mini Cooper, guys. Bought this off a friend yesterday. 250 quid. Runs, rides, drives perfectly. Pulls. I nearly said pulls your arms off because like a bike. Pulls very strongly. It failed its MOT on quite a list of things, but some of it's silly. Window wipers, brake pads. One of the rear discs apparently, but they look fine actually. I've just checked them. And dog bones and stuff like that. So this will be a bit of a winter project for me, off camera. Right, the Diablo. So we're working together, and I'm not just doing it without you and going ka-ching. Look, it's done. I'll need to take off this panel here. That'll be easy enough to do. I want to take all this crap off anyway because it's shocking. See what we're working with there, and then I'm almost definitely going to have to drop the front and maybe the back here. And the what's holding the ignition on, guys, should be rounded screws that you can't put a screwdriver into. So we need to get there first and then see how we work them off. In the past, I just smashed them with something and they loosen up and then you take them off by hand. But we'll have to see. So let me start peeling away, and we'll see where that gets us. Ooh, let me angle you nicely. Why? Crap. What a waste of my time. Gaffer tape. By the way, guys, Jake Corb has been in my garage. He's so messy. Allen key. Result, it doesn't have rounded off bolts, it has Allen keys. That's great news. Nothing's holding you on, that's handy. I'll be back like magic. Okay guys, so look, here's your first bolt. That's one there, that's easy enough to get to. The other one's at the back there. Can probably get to it from down here without worrying too much, so that's all okay. Simple plug and play here. Undo this one, check it's the same as yours. Come on, there you go. 4-pin, red, black, green, red, black, green and black and white. Red, black, green and black and white. Where is ours? Red, black, green and black and white. Look. Make sure you use your teeth. Red, black, green and black and white. So there you go, that's going to go on perfectly. What will be nice is seeing if this starts up. I've got the battery on charge. The battery is fully charged. We'll see if it starts up. The other thing I desperately want to do is pop the seat. How can I pop the seat? Oh, did that pop the seat? Yes. Underwhelming. If that's a mobile phone, then we're sorted. Of course not, it's a case. There's a disgusting sock under there, some old water, definitely a mouse or two, right, and an old dirty face mask. Yeah, I was looking for a Rolex. Right, let me deal with this crap. So underwhelming and actually quite exciting. I have to admit, I did think I found a phone there, guys. And it would have been mine, because I bought the bike as seen. Look at this crap in here. I mean, that's handy. You know, I always need some insulation tape. The Allen keys are quite handy. Spare fuel pipe, bit scary. I don't even know what's in there, just some random bolts. A stolen Mercedes badge, someone's missing that. Obviously, I didn't do that. Key to the lock. Always handy to leave the key to the lock in the seat, because... yeah, it's not the ignition key, is it? They don't look like that. No, they don't. Wouldn't it be funny if the ignition key was in here? It is not. Okay, all right, we're cool. We're kind of okay. I don't need to check the fuel or anything, because this bike was not that long ago. Running right. So this is the bit we're looking at now. All we've got to do is pop these two bolts off. Just get in there, work it, make it happen, and then we'll take this off here and switch that to the new one. So we've got the seat lock, and then we should be good to go, bolting it back on. So give me a minute or two, and I'll at least get this one off, and then I'll show you where we're at. It'd be nice to just plug the other one in. Hang on a minute, we can do that anyway, guys. Give me a minute. You know what's really important when testing things like this? The battery. So like magic, I'm going to go and get it. Okay, so battery in, fully charged, lock set here. Look, let's try and see it here by my hand. I'm going to switch that on, let's see if anything happens. Hey. Result. Indicators on. Oh. Okay, cool. I'm only curious, guys. let's put some revs in there. I don't know if it sounds good or weird. Seems okay. What am I missing? Close. What is this crap that's annoying me? It doesn't sound the healthiest, guys, but it sounds close to firing up. It wouldn't hurt to pop this carb and give it a quick clean. It's probably very accessible through the seat. Ooh. Oil. That's oil. That's not even fuel. Okay, so we need to get under there. We need to have a good look at what's going on. There may not be any oil in this bike. It's weird to have such a big spill, actually, guys. So no point messing with ignition anymore. Let's get under there. Let's see what's going on, where that oil's coming from. Let's see if we need to nip something up. There may be a gasket or something leaking. Okay, guys, so I've taken the bucket on. I'm going to show you how this is not a completely honest bike at all. What have we got? We've got an earth wire here that's just sitting. It's not doing anything. That's actually quite dangerous. Here's the head unit here. You see the head unit? Look at that gap there. You see that gap? Watch it. There's either bolts missing or they're not tightened down. There actually is a bolt in there. It needs to be nipped down. There is a gasket in there. We've got a breather here. Yeah, got it. Yeah, so of course, look, see that there? That's not bolted in. So that, to be fair, that may have wiggled loose at some point, but that is not a. It wouldn't fire up because there's not enough compression. Could be a fairly simple fix. It could be just nipping down the bolts, but I want to have a look at all 4 bolts, make sure they're all nipped down and torqued. I need to make sure that earth is earthed properly to this bolt up here. Actually, that's probably why that's happened. And then I have no doubt that it will fire up because it was close to firing up anyway. So let me pop off some of these front fairings. There's no other way of getting to the bottom bolts, but there will be oil coming out of there. I do have to pop these off. So. Give me a couple of minutes, I'll start working on this and we'll see what we're working with. But this was not a riding bike before he lost the keys, so that sadly has to have been a lie, because that doesn't just, the whole head, look, doesn't just wiggle loose while you're still using it. I don't know, is there a bolt in here? Yeah, there is. It might be that I just need to nip down the top end. That would save me so much hassle in regards to the bottom, but if it's leaking oil, I'm gonna have to take the bottom as well. I wonder if I can get to the bottom. Actually, I can feel the bombs. I'm gonna try and do it from this end, guys. This needs to be in here on this bolt here. This earth needs to go in there. I assume that's an 8. Let me try and nip all these up as we see it, so we don't have to mess around with all these front panels. I'll give it a shot. It's just 4 8s. So I believe that's nipped up, guys. Really awkward to get in there. These bits are just too long and the short bit's just too short, and I haven't got anything in between that and that. Then you've only got this space to work with, but I have nipped them up and I believe they're to torque settings. The oil level is known as, well, this is dry, so let's see what the oil level is. Non-existent. So let's chuck some oil in for this poor engine, and I think it will fire up. My hypothesis is it will fire up. The oil will get around the engine and it will sound a bit better. It didn't sound great when I was turning it over before, did it? So let's get some oil around this bad boy. I might even pop the spark plug or something just to let it actually circulate, and then we'll see what happens from there. Also, we'll get to see if any oil is still coming out, won't we? So guys, I'm putting in the best oil I've got, this Castrol Power 1, for 2 reasons. First of all, this engine needs decent oil now because we don't know how long it's been trying to start without any, so we need to lubricate big time. And secondly, I don't remember buying this, so there's a big chance that Jake bought this for his moped, and that makes it free for me. So 2 reasons. Dry your dipstick, make sure it's up. I'll check this again later, but for now we just need some oil in there. It still seems a bit dry actually. It's hard to judge this one. There is some oil on there. I've probably put in, how much have I put in? Oh, I've not put in that much. I haven't even put in 250. Alright, I'm going to put in 250 and check it again, because look, we're not even down to there yet. I thought I put loads in, but it actually just spills back out. So guys, it actually tells you on the cap it says 0.8, so it takes 0.8 of a litre, which is what has pretty much gone in. Probably put in 0.7, so yeah. Let me go for the fire up. I expect it to start this time because now we're not losing any compression, and I expect it to idle, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, let's see if we start on idle it. Let's get the oil circulating, and we need to see for any new drips, because I think I've bolted it up, but then there'll still be remnants of oil, won't there? So let's see what happens here. This is unknown territory, really. I don't want much more oil drip, so keep an eye down there. And I just think it will fire because it was kind of close to firing before. I think it probably is a healthy engine. That Castrol Power 1 is really going to help it loosen up. We don't want any revs. Really, we don't want it to fire up for a little while. Let's just get the oil circulated. I'm doing that on purpose, guys, so. So you can hear it loosening up. It sounds much better engine-wise. The oil's around. There was a weird back spit there. Here's my concern. Someone's had that cap off and messed with the valves. That's my concern. A back spit like that could be valves. Let's have another play. Let's see what happens. It may be a valve thing. There's a big build-up of pressure in the case, in the housing. What we're getting, guys, here is a big pressure, so we're getting a spit from here once the pressure builds up in here. You normally have a pipe running there. It's not a huge issue. I may need to run the pipe to make it feel a bit better. But I can't tell at the moment whether this... Look at that, that's not going to help. The bloody airbox isn't... on this whole bike is just bodged. Let me nip up the airbox and see if that helps.